Well, hello everyone. It's Adam here. This is in the past couple of months, I've started getting tons of unsolicited emails from companies offering to send me things in exchange for, well, it's not an exchange. They asked me if I'd like to try something, and if I like it, I can consider putting it on this channel. I get one a day now of these emails, and I usually only accept one thing per month on average. And maybe if the quality goes up, I'll do more of these. So if anyone's watching this and wants to send me a car lithium-ion battery jump starter, then let me know. Anyway, this is a OBD CAN Plus. It's a scanner tool. There's a lot of these on the market. This one I think is around $100, so it's pretty high end for an at-home scanning tool. Let's unbox this and I'll give you a tour. Okay, so it comes in this really cool box. Screen size 2.8 inches, TFT 320 by 240, 9 to 18 volts of input voltage range, OBD 16 pin, power consumption's less than 1.8 watts, 0 to 50 degrees Celsius working temp, storage negative 20 to 70, and it's 300 grams. So you can read DTCs, clear them, read mil, view freeze frame data, IM readiness, display live data stream, O2 sensor test data, onboard monitoring, read pending codes, read vehicle information, permanent codes, DTC lookup, test data review, multi-link user interface, and internet upgradables. I'm guessing you just download firmware updates. Okay. Get this guy open. I assume it's coming in a plastic box. We got a little USB cable here, I assume for firmware upgrades, user manual. Peel this back. There it is. A lot of these, the Chinese market right now is just huge with these kind of units where they all look the same as each other. They're just different branded. And a lot of people are trying to do what Anchor has done, which is, reach out to people on YouTube and Amazon and get them to write reviews of their stuff. So I'm not surprised that this is happening to me with only 2,000 subscribers, because I do have a ton of video views. So it's one of those things where I don't mind doing as long as it's something that I can utilize. I always offer to send the unit back, and if they say no, we don't want it back, that's fine, but I always offer. And obviously I'm not in the market of selling these devices and profiting off of them. It's just sometimes companies don't want to pay the shipping both ways. So here's my hand. I'm a big-handed guy. Let's do a banana for scale. It's banana for scale. Nice long OBD2 port, just like that. It's powered off the port. You get a USB bit here, so I'm going to plug it in and update the firmware. Very light, actually. I mean, to be honest, the carrying case is a little overkill for the size of this unit. It's kind of, a little excessive. So I may have to ditch that if you want to. But yeah, let's go plug this into the Golf, and we'll do a scan and see what comes up here, and I'll show you guys how it works after I do the firmware update. Generally, the first thing I do is I plug. Oh, Porter wants to make an appearance. Hey, Porter. Generally, what I do when I get a new device is I'll plug it in to check the firmware update. When you do plug it in, you get this screen. So it's showing that the boot version is 10.02 and the firmware version or software version is 10.09. All right, so now we're doing the, as you can see. So whenever I rebooted it, it loaded the new file and did the upgrade. So it took about a minute to do the firmware update. So now we're in the, if I click on, I'll get it here in the touchscreen. So here, there we go. Just a little bit of getting used to. But yeah, now we're on 10.15 for the software version. So let's go back. All right, so we're gonna do, let's do OBD2. Processing is doing a check. No DTCs. So as far as the scanning functionality, let's turn the power on, the ignition on to, this thing has everything it needs to scan. So as far as the functionality goes, you've got your lookup, so you can review some of the last scans. Let's go back. There's a DCT lookup. Oh, you can actually look up codes and see what it says here, which is nice, because a lot of the power of these is is not only, you know, what it actually the codes actually shows, but it's more important what they actually mean. So read codes. Sure. All right. Let's do permanence though. Well, let's do a scan maybe. The function, I'm gonna say okay. There we go. So if I go to setup, just go to the last section here, and language, you can record, so you can do your live recording, which is nice. You can disable the beep, it appears. Let's see if we can do, yeah, it's doing its full scan. Very quick scans, not exhaustive like VCDS is. Now, one thing I'd like to do is the live testing, which I will be doing in a different video, which is basically going to be you know, doing launch control and stuff and doing live sensing. I don't know if it can actually do that much, and I will add that the intention of this device, if I don't send it back, will be to live in Heather's computer. Oh, does not support freeze-frame data. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I think the value here is going to be strictly on the just reading codes. Are there any codes, yes or no, and then tell me what those codes mean. And that'll pretty much be the limit of what this thing does for me, or in Heather's Volkswagen Golf Sport Wagon. Not very actionable, but if you're in a pinch and you've got a check engine light on and you want to know how serious it is, this is a great tool to have. And so thanks so much for watching, guys. Nice device. It's fairly expensive for the build quality, but the carrying case is a nice touch. All right, dudes, take care.